Lieutenant General Retired Jackson Tuwei, Karen Basia, the Director of Sustainable Business and Social Impact from Safaricom, the media who are here today, all protocol observed. We're here this morning to receive support from Safaricom. They are going to be part of the partners that will be able to assist in organizing this event. We are all aware that in 2 days, on Saturday, we are going to have the fourth time of Keino Classic, the Continental Tour, and it has been a very successful 3 years that we have had. We are looking forward to having also a successful event. Keino Classic has been an event in the calendar of at least Kenya in the last 3 years, the fourth time now, and we all know the impact that it has had here in Kenya and also worldwide. We look forward to a successful one, and I'm sure that all of us who are here, we are going to do our best to ensure that this event can be also be part of those events that will endure for the future. For that, I take this opportunity to welcome the President of at least Kenya, General Tuwei, so that he can make a brief and explain to us exactly what Safaricom is going to give us as a support for this Keino Classic. Welcome, President.
We can change so that we don't move these things. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Barnaba Kori, the director of this event, Karen from the Safaricom, invited guests, the media for the state and everybody else. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good. Let me also join my friend here, my colleague, in welcoming all of you to this other event that we are going to undertake just now. It has been there's been a season of ceremonies as we come very close to the actual event on Saturday 13th. I'm sure you are all aware that because we were together last week, that there was another ceremony of almost the same type. Yesterday you saw another one, and today we have got the third one. We are very happy that all these ceremonies are coming to support the Keino Classic 4th edition. So today we have got Safaricom, and I want to welcome them here to come and join us in supporting this event, which has grown from the first event up to the 4th, which we are doing today. So we have said so much about the event in all those other ceremonies, and we don't want to go back into that now. I think we know that the athletes and the visitors have kept arriving, including last night. Some of them arrived last night, and now we have got quite a number of them who are preparing, who are going to compete here in Nairobi, and it's going to be a big event. Actually, one of the biggest since we started 4 years ago, and so we are going to have a very, very competitive event on Saturday, and that is why we are getting support from every interested party. And we want to call upon many others to come and support us, to support this event, so that the event grows in time, it grows in stature, and grows in performance. When we started the first one in 2020, we didn't have a lot of supporters, we didn't have a lot of athletes, but in the second edition, 2021, it kept, it went up beyond what we saw in 2020, and in 2022, the third one, again, it grew beyond what we had seen before. So this is the fourth one, and it has even grown better and bigger than what we have seen in the first edition, the second edition, and now this is the fourth edition. So we are very happy. We are very happy as Athletics Kenya, as organizers of this event, and of course our partners from Golazo. because when you grow, it means that something good is happening. I also want to thank the Kenyans for having kept abreast with what is happening in terms of athletics events, and particularly this one, which is an international event. It's an international event because it is graded and it is recognized everywhere in the world. We have got officials from outside the country, just to make it important to look like, you know, that it is very highly classified and very high level of this event. You are also aware that this event has grown and has introduced another one in Africa, because this was the first one for the last 3 years. But now this year it has grown. Another one has started in Botswana, in Gaborone, which took place about two weeks ago. And we also look forward to encouraging other African countries to take up this challenge and see that they organize, so that we have got quite a number of them in Africa. We want to encourage, for example, South Africa. We want to encourage Nigeria. We want to encourage maybe Algeria and other African countries so that they can organize, because Botswana now has already taken up the challenge. We know that we have got the Diamond League in Rabat in Morocco, and therefore we want to expand it so that it's not only Kenya. The reason for this is that we want our athletes within Africa to get more chances, more opportunities to compete, and prepare themselves to get experience and prepare for the other international events. And of course, since it's an event that gives a prize money and even other opportunities, then this will be very good for our athletes. It will be very good for our officials. It will be very good for building capacity in Africa. And when you talk about building capacity, it's not just building capacity in terms of technical officials alone, or building capacity in terms of managing events, but it's all round. In terms of logistics, I'm sure the hotels, the transport system, the security, we have just been briefed by the security team about 15 minutes ago in what they are doing, how they are preparing themselves to make sure that the area is safe, the area is conducive to everybody else. And so we want the Kenyans and visitors to enjoy the event. We want the athletes to enjoy, and we want everybody to come and enjoy and make sure that we have the best event that we are organizing ever. Apart from the athletes whom you are all aware, and they continue arriving, this particular year we have got, of course, Keino himself will be arriving tomorrow in preparation for the event, and we want to thank him for accepting that we use his name, which is really a name that has given us a lot of exposure. And so he will be arriving tomorrow. And tomorrow night also, he will be meeting his friend. He will be meeting a friend of his called John Carlos. John Wesley Carlos was born on June 5th, 1945. He is an American former track and field athlete and professional American football player. He was the bronze medal winner in the 200 meters at the 1968 Summer Olympics in Mexico. And you remember, that is where Kipchoge as well won a gold medal in Mexico Olympics. So they were together, where he displayed the Black Power salute on the podium with Tommy Smith. He went on to tie the world record in the 100 yards dash and beat the 200 meters world record, although the latter achievement was never certified. After his track career, that is John Carlos, he enjoyed a brief stint in the Canadian Football League, but retired due to injury. He became involved with the United States Olympic Committee and helped to organize the 1984 Summer Olympics. You are all aware that 1984 Olympics was in Los Angeles, and he was one of the organizers. After his 1984 Summer Olympics. Following this, he became a track coach at Palm Springs High School. He was inducted into the United States Track and Field Hall of Fame in 2003. So you can see a great man that has been involved in quite a number of events, organizations, and so forth. And we are happy. We are also grateful that Ibrahim Hussein, who is here with us, was also inducted into the Hall of Fame in the United States of America. So well done, Ibrahim. You can see we also have some of our own who have been inducted into that Hall of Fame. So he is also the author, this John Carlos, he is also the author with sports writer Davis Zirin of the John Carlos story, The Sports Moment That Changed the World, published in 2011 by High Market Books. So if you want to read about him and you want to get to know about him, he's a great man. He has done a lot, and he will be arriving tomorrow night. So these are some of the highlights that are going to give this event quite a good name. And therefore, let us all welcome our visitors. Let us welcome our friends, our colleagues, all the athletes. And of course, we want to wish our own athletes all the very best of luck. People used to say that Nairobi is a high altitude area and you cannot break records. But we have all seen in the last 3 series that records have been broken here in Nairobi. And therefore, let us wish all our athletes a good time. Let them prepare well, and we hope that they will win and they will break records here in Nairobi. I want to leave it at that for now, and wish you all the very best of luck. I believe, God willing, we will have a very good time. You are all welcome. Let me take this opportunity also to welcome all the Kenyans, all the Nairobians to come and fill the stadium, so that the visitors see that they are really welcomed in this country and they are welcomed for this event. So thank you very much, and I think I will leave it at that for now, and we will still be here today, tomorrow, and Friday, and if there is anything that we need to continue discussing, we will discuss together. Otherwise, welcome and thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Last but not least, we get some remarks from Ms. Karen Basie, the Director, Sustainable Business and Social Impact at Safaricom. Karibu sana.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for the warm welcome, and we look forward to working together. Thank you, Retired General Tuwe. Thank you, Mr. Barnabas Korir. At Safaricom, we believe in transforming lives, and we believe in transforming lives of the communities in which we operate in, and we do this by connecting people to people, connecting people to knowledge, and connecting people to opportunities. And it is in this spirit that today we are here to partner with Athletics Kenya in this Keino Classic, and we strongly believe that as a business, and we strongly believe in Kenya, and we know that running, athletics, marathons are part and parcel of our heritage as Kenyans, and that's why we decided to partner with Athletics Kenya in this series. And we have done a partnership for 9.2 million, where we are giving in kind and in cash towards the Keino Classic. This being the 4th edition, we're excited as Safaricom to be part and parcel of this series, and we look forward to partnering in many more athletic events around the country. And I must add that over and above the athletics that we are partnering in today, we are going to have a component of tree growing, because we strongly believe that we need quality air, good environment to be part and parcel of our athletics and for us to thrive as Kenyans. So over and above this partnership, we'll have a component of tree growing as we continue progressing across the country with this partnership. So we look forward to the participation, and we are excited to partner, because as a business, we strongly believe that we will only make greater impact working with others, working alongside others, and transforming the lives of the Kenyans, because this is where we operate. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Is Chilean Fraser, who has arrived, and of course Shagari Anderson. We have also coaches and physios and managers who have already arrived. But the most important two is Chilean Fraser and also Shagari Anderson, who have already arrived and they are at hotel at the moment. Thank you.
Okay, before the...
Those are the things that we are looking at to see what could be the challenges that are there. One of which, of course, is what you have just said, that the stadium. First of all, we want to fill up the stadium, yes, and it will be very attractive if we do that. And you remember during the World Under-18 in 2017, one of the reasons why the whole world got attracted here was because the stadium, this particular stadium, was filled to capacity, and we actually closed the doors at some stage, the gates, to not to allow more people come into the stadium. But I wish we could. These are 60,000 capacity stadium, and so there are always ways of achieving this. There are always different ways of looking at it, and so forth. So we'll continue looking at the situation as it goes. Just like the rain. I'm sure maybe somebody will be asking, now we have the rains here. What are we going to do? These are the challenges that you go through in terms of outside competitions and so on. So we'll just keep on monitoring and we will make decisions. Those decisions, that is why there is a local organizing committee. That is why there is a team looking at every sector. And that is not the only challenge. There are quite a number of a few challenges. And so as you plan, those are the things that you put into consideration, so that you plan in your mind, knowing that something would happen, and you don't want to be taken by surprise. So let the team that is looking at security finalize their discussions, and they will brief us accordingly, and we'll agree together. The day after tomorrow at 10 a.m., sponsored, as Karen said, sponsored by Safaricom. And of course on Saturday as well. So we'll start on Friday, the planting of trees, and Saturday at 8 o'clock before the event. Outside there somewhere, there's a place on the left as you enter. United Nations Environment Program and Stockholm Environment Institute will provide detailed. Of course, I've just said the air quality sensor, the air quality readings, because you remember these are the people who installed this equipment. And I'm sure maybe one of these days we'll also give you a report on where else we have installed this equipment. In Africa alone, we have got 6 countries where this equipment has been installed. And in Kenya alone, we have 6 stations. One is here, the first one. We did another one at Nyayo National Stadium, which was the second one. The third one was at KWS, although we had a little bit of a problem with animals. The third one was in Nakuru Athletics Club. The fourth one was in Lobo Village in Eldoret, where we held the Sirikwa tour. And the other one was at Eliud Kipchoge Complex in Kapsabet. After that, we have installed one in Addis Ababa Stadium. The other day, we installed one in Dar es Salaam Stadium when we had the under-18 and under-20. After that, we have installed one in Dakar in Senegal because they are hosting the 2026 Youth Olympic Games, and nowadays you cannot host an international event if you don't have an air quality sensor. And the last one was the other day in Zambia. We installed 2, one in Lusaka and one in Dola. And we continue installing this. Very soon we will go to Yaoundé, Cameroon, and Douala, because they are also hosting the African Championships next year. and so forth and so on. So we'll continue doing all this, and we want to thank United Nations Environment Program and Stockholm Environment Institute. Thank you very much.
It is system all set ahead of the 4th edition of the Keino Classic, slated for 13th of May this year at Kasarani Stadium. To fine-tune the already set preparation, the telecommunication giant firm Safaricom has thrown in their weight behind the event with a whopping 9.2 million shillings to smoothen the operation of the event. According to Athletic Kenya President Jackson Tuwe, this year's edition will be one of its kind since the inception of Keino Classic in 2020. Tuwe also challenged other African countries to borrow a leaf from Kenya and take the mantle of setting up continental tour, emphasizing the significant role that such event plays in the sharpening skills of athletes and capacity building. So far, a total of 18 international athletes, including world 100 meters women champion Charlie Ann Frazem, have already jetted in the country ahead of Saturday's showpiece.